Alright, I'm going to be playing in Penny Dreadful Thursdays. So I haven't really been making videos this season because I haven't played much at all. Same with the last season. I did record the kickoff, but for some reason, well, I was just very busy around that time and I never got around to uploading it. So this is going to be my first video of the season. And it's with mono blue control because Waterbending scroll is just extremely good for the deck. It's the best thing mono blue control has gotten in a long time. Probably even better than Flow of Knowledge, which was the previous next thing for mono blue control. So it means that the deck is actually potentially good this season, like a real deck, instead of that you can actually play instead of like Azorius control. Though they can play Waterbending Scroll with their type 2 duels. It's just worse there. But I think this deck is pretty good into just about everything. For Nadu, it has like Curse Totem, and then just Shackles and Counterspells are okay. And then for like aggro, I've played against mono red a lot, and it seemed okay. I feel, though maybe I won it more than I should, but like the removal is actually pretty good against them, despite being kind of bad normally. And not having as many counterspells definitely helps, as well as just being a mono blue deck, not taking any damage from Price of Progress, so game 1 is just dead. But so a big part of this deck is Whir of Invention because I removed it. Okay, so Whir is just really good because for 3 mana you can grab Soul Talisman as essentially a Worn Power Stone that enters untapped with Flash. And you can also grab the Waterbending Scroll for infinite value, or you can grab Shackles just to deal with the slower creature decks, or the faster ones. And that's just really strong because it means that since we don't really have good card advantage outside of the Waterbending Scroll, it means that you can very easily get a lot of it without actually playing like Factor Fiction effects in your deck, which I think is really strong. And Waterbending Scroll just completely buries basically any deck in value once you get 2 of them, because you just draw 3 cards every turn. And then like Forbid lets you convert that into infinite counter spells, and you can just play a bunch of Shackles. There isn't that much removal, but it doesn't really matter that much. And you can just Whir for your last Shackles if you aren't drawing that many to get all 4 if you want to win the late game. So the sideboard, I definitely should be playing more Flash Freeze. I just wasn't able to change my list before this tournament. But this is probably the best sideboard card just because it's so good against really any deck that's playing green or red spells, since there are no good 2-mana counter spells for the main deck. Because I think it's like basically just Quench that you would otherwise play. But Curse Totem for Nado, as I said. Needle, I don't really know what that's for. I just feel like it should be Flash Freeze, Curse Totem, and then the rest doesn't really matter that much for the sideboard. But yeah, I've already played this deck a few times and done okay. But let's see if I can finally win a tournament. Alright, it is round 1. I mulled 6. Threw back Athasa's Intervention. I don't know what my opponent is on. Could be Nadu with Venerated Rot Priest. It is, I think. So good repeal keep. Shackles should be very good here, as dealing either Nadu or the Rot Priest. Potentially the birds as well. Okay, so I just play Shackles here. Oh, this is Battle Crier. Teamer. So they're playing essentially Lumbertwin, but with the Teamer Battle Crier. And Outcaster Trailblazer. A 2? Is that just another Fanatic? I'm not dead. They can only find a 4. That can't be lethal. Unless they just have a Hyrax Tower Scout in hand. They're not even harmonizing. Okay. So this comes down. And I don't get double shackles. But I still play it because there's no reason not to. I'm dead to a land if I steal the Fanatic now. So I think I just wait. I could take the Celebrant now. And then I die to another one. Or another Nature's Rhythm, I think. I think I wait for them to like put a Kiki in play. I mean, it could just be Gruul Lumbertwin, like 2 seasons ago. Except they also have Stomping Ground, I believe. Otherwise it would be pretty much the same. They're just harmonizing? Wait, this is Terastodon. Or, no. Okay, it's Kiki. I mean, I just steal the Kiki, no? So I can, wait, I win. I think I win if they have nothing. Because I just steal Kiki. And then I get to do their combo. So I don't know about this play. They have to have something here. They can never kill me with the Celebrant, right? Actually, that's a little concerning. So they have... No, I think I would definitely die. So I have to just let this happen. So they exert. And I don't think I can die here. If they tap Kiki, I just steal the Kiki. And I'm pretty sure I'm fine. Yeah, I'm definitely fine. I think they messed up by finding the Kiki. Because now they just die. Unless, well, they do have Fanatic now. So they could have something with that. Okay, so they do another combat. They do nothing? I just steal Kiki because they can't do anything right now. They can make infinite corridor monitors. Okay, so that's a concern. So they can make infinite corridor monitors. But Combat Celebrant is faster, right? Like in terms of clock? That does nothing. They did die. I don't know why they did that. I steal the Celebrant. Maybe? Sure. I'm potentially dead to like a disenchant. I don't know if they'd have something here. Okay, yeah, they just gave me the win for no reason. Silex is slow on the draw. Maybe on the play too. So Curse Totem is really good here. Probably a reason to not play the deck this season just because everyone is playing it for Nadu. Because it turns off the Dorks, it turns off the Kiki combo. And just turning off the dorks is huge. Needle could also be good. But I already have Curse Totem, so it's kind of redundant. Maybe play one. I don't know why exactly one, but okay. Is Ether Spouts good? Probably not. I could probably keep one. Ringing Strike is decent on a dork. I think I keep that. Is Whale good? Not really, but I don't know. So it's just Chrome Host that I'm not sure about. That's probably bad here. I don't think I need Needle. And then I cut on the draw. I want both Soul Talismans. I want all these counter spells. It's not another whale, is it? Like, what are they actually attacking with? Usually, so, in Season 38, they played, like, Bristlebud Farmer and some 3-drops. And Combat Celebrant is also really good at killing people who don't have creatures. So I kind of want whales for that. But I don't know, I do already have Shackles. It could be a repealer just because I'm on the draw. That seems... Honestly, I don't hate it. It seems kind of wrong, though. Does side out repeal against a deck with mana dorks? I think this is a quite good matchup. Because I'm a counterspell deck, because Shackles is so good against them, and just because I have Curse Totem on the side. Okay, so I have Flash Freeze, and then Deduce if they do nothing. There is no turn 2 kill unless they have Stomping Ground. And I think we have Stomping Ground. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, so they have a lot of mana next turn. That should be fine. They shouldn't really be able to beat a Flash Freeze. Especially since they don't even have Fnatic mana if I counter the thing. Like, they have 6 mana and then Fnatic, so they could Nature's Rhythm for 3 for a Combat Celebrant, and then they have Lethal if I have nothing. But I do counter the first one, I think, just so Fnatic is turned off. So, if they just, like, play a Combat Celebrant, I am dead. Never mind. So now they really need some way of disenchanting this. Okay, they have 3 lands now, so it could be like a Migloz, it could be a Scrap Shooter. But they only have 3 mana, so they can't do anything with Nature's Rhythm. And once they get to 4 mana, they still only have a 1-power creature as the strongest. I think I go Whir. Whir Shackles would be interesting. I'd rather hold it until I can use it in the same turn, though. Which is going to be next turn. I'll just go Whir plus Deduce here, especially because I want to find a land drop for the scrolls. But I think the game is just over already. They just have a ton of dorks. Wait a minute. That doesn't matter. Okay, I found the island, so I just go Shackles here. Oh, and I play a scroll, because why not? I guess I don't have to, but why not? And now they can't really do anything about my artifacts. Because even if they have a disenchant, they need to answer both the Cursed Totem and the Shackles. So yeah, the game is just over. Alright, so round 2. This is not keepable. No lands. What do I put back? I don't know what they're playing. It might be an aggro deck. I do need to check, I think, because I don't want Forbid against aggro. I don't want Haughty Djinn against slower, probably. Or I could put back Whale if it's slower. So they've been playing some mono blue or mono black control, which means I guess I put back Whale. If they switch to aggro, that's really bad for me to do that. But they're probably on mono black. Okay, they're not on mono black. They're on aggro. Okay, that's... I guess Whale would be bad here anyway, since they're playing a more tokens deck, I imagine. Or it could just be like Azorius humans. No, it's definitely tokens. So Whale wouldn't be that good here anyway. Shackles is not that good here, so... I don't know, I probably just Whir for Soul Talisman. Especially now that I have my value. I do kind of want to play Haughty Djinn earlier. But I think I would rather just play Whir here. And then on turn 4 I can play Haughty Djinn and hold up Forbid. I guess I counter that, right? Maybe not. Isn't that kind of bad? The ultimate doesn't necessarily win, and I can also just attack it with Haughty Djinn, so I think I ignore this. It does loot. Do I care that much? The tokens don't really matter. Yeah, I just kill it with Haughty Djinn, and I really want to get my Soul Talisman down. I could just counter it and then, like, play Haughty Djinn and not get Whir down. That seems like it would be worse. So they're only going to get one creature through next turn, and that's only if they use the +1, which they will do. So I need to use the Soul Talisman now. And then I just pass. I guess if they don't play a spell I want to counter, I can't kill the Kaito. In fact, I need 2 spells to kill that. Because it's going to be at 4. But I'm probably just going attack Kaido, play Sharks, and then I'll be able to kill it next turn. If I play Sharks, I'm just using the Clue or playing Gruul. Never countering that. They're probably playing something else. They're not. So I can never kill Kaido, I think. I guess I could draw like Deduce into something. What does Whir find? It's never a second Soul Talisman. I guess it could be another scroll. Is it ever Shackles? I can actually... Yeah, I think it is Shackles. I think I don't attack. And I either Whir for Shackles or I play Forbid and then Whir for another scroll and then activate it. They might just flip the Legion's Landing. That doesn't really matter, I think. Maybe I should care. Because how do I beat infinite tokens? I just attack with Haughty Djinn. Also, I kind of didn't play around counter magic at all. That may have been a misplay. I can forbid, but then I can't activate shackles. I steal this, so they can't put any more loyalty on the Kaido. I probably should have done it after they attacked. No, because then they could have flipped Legion's Landing, so I guess this was correct. 4 mana? Oh, that's not good. What do I have for this? Nothing. I have Horned Lock Whale. Okay, well, I'll just draw that. That's good. I can also play Sharks and block it once. Actually, I think I play this Scroll and then just activate it. Forbid with buyback is a thing. I don't think I care. I will attack Kaido here. And it might die next turn. If I didn't attack, I wouldn't have died to a counterspell resolving on the whale, but I was dead anyway if this didn't resolve. Unblockable? I'm not really sure why they did that. So I do this, see if they have an answer. They can't Unified Will, which is potentially their main counterspell. That's a 2 mana counter a spell if you have more creatures than the player. It's pretty bad, but as I said before, we don't have any good 2 mana counters. I do, in fact, counter that. And now they have nothing if they don't play anything. So I can kill Kaido. Well, no, they still have the token. So I kill Kaido, attack them. Actually, yeah, Sharks is better than the whale, because it's bigger. I did not mean to play that. That was a misclick. I wanted to have Forbid Lock. If I draw it later, so it's not very relevant that I did that. I have another Polymorph that could be bad. I can go like a Ringing Strike though, which is not that effective since they just immediately untap. Okay, they're making a lot of tokens that can't block. Okay, there's a whale, so I'm not dying to the thing. Okay, I do need to play the island now, because I need to be able to cast whale and then cast the creature side. So they can't flip the... what is this called? Legion's Landing now. And I don't really care about Blightsteel. I guess it is just a decent blocker. No, because I just Ringing Strike and then attack. Though that's perhaps not relevant unless I have lethal. Okay, so now I've got more creatures than they can block. I mean, they don't even make creatures, since these can't block. I mean, I have so many, I might as well. I guess I can't double activate the Sharks now. Which is fine, they're gonna block it anyway. They have to. What is that? Fateful Absence. Okay. No reason not to activate this. I can still do everything else. And again, they're preventing themselves from flipping the Legion's Landing, which would make chump blockers for the ground creatures. So I feel like they just shouldn't have blocked the whale. I do block, because I want to be able to untap shackles. That seems like a really bad attack. Like, yeah, their thing can't block anyway, but I want my thing to die. Because now I just get more of their creatures. Okay, there's a Blightsteel, which I can almost steal. And I'm easily going to be able to answer that. They're actually dead next turn, I think. Because I can tap down the servo. And they're probably attacking here, they kind of have to. Because otherwise I just play an island and they die. Concede. Okay. Token, so Ratchet Bomb is really good here. Just kill all the tokens. So they have a Planeswalker, so Needle is maybe fine. I feel like it's not good though. Ether Spouts could be good, but they're not going to actually make that big of a board, I think. Chromost is really good here. I feel like Ether Spouts isn't actually good here. I don't really need counterspells. I already have whales to answer the artifact thing, and I have like instant speed removal as well. Oh, I actually have too many, or too little. I guess that's fine. I'm on the draw and I have a Soul Talisman. If I draw a land, I have Deduce to find more lands, and this hand is quite good if it has lands. I just really like this Soul Talisman. Lets me, like, word shackles, and then just answer their stuff. But I feel like I can't keep this. It's 25 lands, but if I don't find one in 2 draws with no other decent draw, like I have nothing with cycling, I don't know, I don't think I can keep that. This is much better, I think, and I probably put back the Thassa's instead of the Whir, because Whir is just really good. No, it's Shackles, I think. Because I can already find Shackles, and it also just isn't really that strong. So Silex is really good here. Also a Whir target. Though this hand, as well as the other one, does suffer from potentially not finding a land, though it has 1 extra draw. I'm actually not going to play the Silex here, because I need to hit a land drop. And it doesn't matter when I play it, because I'm always hitting 0. Well, not always, but it's not that important for me to hit bigger things. Okay, there's the land. So I'm just gonna go... So Chromos can't kill the Kaido. So I'm just going to Whir for a Soul Talisman, because just having mana here is really important, and also activating the clue to find a land. Because I have so much stuff to do with mana that I just absolutely have to have a Soul Talisman. Which is pretty common with this, like you have so much stuff with Whir that you really need something like Soul Talisman to actually be able to play your stuff. And you can always get it. It is actually really weak to Artifact Hate though, because there's so many important artifacts. Do I have to counter this? I don't want to, but I have to, right? I can't win otherwise. Like, I can't do anything about the Blightsteel right now. Which is unfortunate because now I have to do nothing next turn pretty much, because it's just a setup turn to Whir into Soul Talisman. Having to do that later is really bad. I guess I'm just playing like... I'm just playing the Chrome host, I think. Start pressuring the Kaido, eventually kill it. As opposed to letting it live for like 5 turns. Well, it's gonna live for like 5 turns now, but okay. They're using the -2. So... there's no reason to do anything now, right? Unless it's Silex, which I'm not playing, because I don't want to use it when they only have 2 tokens. Though I might eventually use it when they have 2 tokens, but not right now. When I can just, like, shackle. I think I might want to play around counter magic. So I'm getting the Waterbending scroll and the shackles. So I got shackles here. What am I doing? Okay, I only have 5 lands. I cannot actually do both. So it is just shackles. And I can't activate a clue either with that. But I think I had to do this. If I played Silex, that would have been great, but... yeah, maybe I should have just gone Silex and then played Whir for the scroll. I don't know. I guess if I tapped the Silex, I could have still played Shackles and activated it. Yeah, that probably would have been the play. Definitely. I just thought I had enough mana to Whir twice. So they want to make another ninja. Oh, actually, I don't really want to Silex the Soul Talisman and the Clue tokens. But I'm gonna have to. Yeah, that is one problem with the Ratchet Bomb. I mean, why not play it, right? Like, I could activate Clue tokens instead, I guess. So I'm just putting Scroll in play, activating it, activating Shackles. Having to activate Silex would be really bad. I just hit this. It doesn't block very well, though. Whatever. Let's weak to quench that play. Like, now I can't kill something with a blocker, but I do deny the draw at least. The unblockable doesn't matter, though. That is a little concerning. Okay, could I have played around counter magic? I'm not sure. If I could have, that was definitely a misplay. I can't Silex here. I die if I do that. Because I have to have my value. And Soul Talisman is not that important. But it is when I have the Clue tokens, I guess. That is not great. Okay, that's probably just the game. I mean, I can at least just use Silex now. Because Soul Talisman is useless, I'm getting another one anyway. And if I don't find a scroll, I am just gonna die. It is a 7 of. Well, no, it's an 8 of, but I already drew 3 of them. That is an interesting play. They made a token when I had lethal with shackles, just to fateful absence it. That seems weird. But okay. Okay then. I could just play the islands because I could eventually steal Blightsteel. That might be correct. 3 mana. Wait, Shape New. So they're playing more than 4. And that's why they're playing Blightsteel as opposed to Iona. Okay. Wait, what? Is that better against me? Probably. Okay, yeah, these draws are just terrible. If I drew, like, a Waterbending Scroll, Counterspell, whatever, I'd be in it, but yeah. So... maybe Ether Spouts is good then. They could go back to the other thing. Honestly, Needle seems okay here for the Planeswalker. On the play, maybe Thassa's is better. No, I'd rather not. Shark's gonna be bad. Yeah, it's just not very good. It blocks 1 token a turn. But like any creature with more than 2 toughness does that. And it doesn't even kill it unless you spend mana. So I think it's pretty bad here. Too easy to jump block. Doesn't even stall against Blightsteel. Alright, game 3. This hand is very good, I think. Well, it's okay. It has a Waterbending Scroll guaranteed, and I think they don't really have disenchants. And then it has stall to get to the point where Waterbending Scroll wins. So I'm getting my mana. I am not currently getting stuff to do with the mana. Actually, I could go... what 2s do I have? No, it's just Soul Tales. No, I think I'll wait, actually. No reason to play around a counterspell when I don't know what I want. So I have Needle, which I can get now. I have Soul Talisman, which I can get now. I have Filigree Silex, which I could get next turn. As well as another scroll. I could wait even longer for Shackles. I think I just activate the scroll here, though. Instead of just going for something. Okay, now I definitely don't get scroll. I play this because I might want Talisman. And I need Silex to be activated before then. I'm never doing 2, so I can't kill Intangible Virtue. I'm never going to wait for 3. And there's not really anything at 1. Like, yeah, I would want to kill that. That's really the only thing other than zeros. I think I am just activating this and then going for the Soul Talisman on my turn. There's no Spell Pierce. Well, I guess I should have waited, maybe. Just take the 2 damage. Okay, so I have a lot of gas now. Just because of the Waterbending Scrolls, mainly. I could Whale. It's better to draw 2 cards, though. There's no reason to do that in my turn, but whatever. I'll die to... well, I won't die, because I have Ether Spout, so I don't die to Inkwell. I do need to worry about Disdainful Stroke, though. Okay, so now the game is just over. I have so much gas with Waterbending Scroll that there's really no way I lose, I think. They can't Disdainful Stroke this, but they could have... They can't even have the creature things. It would have to be a 3-mana counter. Which I kind of doubt they even play. So yeah, I think it just wasn't possible to counter the Shackles there. And now the game is just over. They do flip that. I could have Shackled, but I'm too afraid of Inkwell, since they could potentially have a counter spell for the Ether Spouts, and I currently don't have a counter to protect my Ether Spouts. Oh my. Okay, I just play Haughtygen. They never attack all here, and if they do, I have Ether Spouts for that. That was not the play regardless, but I will just Ether Spouts. That's fine. It's not Shackles because I wouldn't be able to kill the thing I block. Only the thing I blocked with. But, like, this is why it's a bad attack. They only get 2 things through, they lose 4 things. Though I guess they really don't have much options. There's really no winning option. The only way is if they somehow get a creature through Polymorph for Shape Anew. There's no reason to suspend the Soul Talisman. Oh. What am I worrying for? It's just Shackles. So I do this. And then I suspend the Soul Talisman. I mean, I can't stop Shape Anew if they had a non-creature artifact. Which they don't. And I don't want Inkwell to be a one-shot, so I will whale this. I mean, I would have whaled it regardless. Okay, so I'm now 2-0. So I have a very similar hand to a previous game that I didn't keep because it was too risky. It's probably bad again. I'm pretty sure it's mono red. Like, Forbid is not very good there. Deduce is whatever. The whale is good, the extra mana is nice, but... Okay. I mean, it's not the worst. It doesn't have removal is the main problem. Which is like a 5 of, so I guess I rarely have removal. Or not that often. Maybe like half the time. No turn 1 play, no Leyline Axe. That's really good for me. Because it means they aren't just going to kill me super quickly, so Shackles might actually have a chance to save me. Because if they had like turn 1 Fervent plus Leyline Axe, I was just completely dead. Wait, why are they playing that? What? So, I don't really deal damage to that. I mean, I guess I could block it, but... So, no turn 2 is sad. If I had like a whale, I would probably just immediately win this game. Interesting. Okay, I mean, that's good for me, I think. It's better for them to play a burn spell than a creature, I think. Though, I don't know if it matters that much. So I just hold up Forbid here, because no reason to Shackles when I can Shackles next turn. It's better to have Forbid on 3 than on 4. Because like right now, they only have 2 damage. That's really good for me. Okay, please don't just pass. And play instant speed burn. If they pass, they probably have 8 damage in hand. I mean, I feel like I have to counter that. I could discard No, I can't. I could discard Dig and Shackles, that seems bad. Like, what if it's Vortex? I do die to Vortex. But they might just pass and play Incinerate if I don't do anything. That kind of looks like... No, it's Flame Javelin. It's only 3 damage. Okay. I mean, it's better for me than I expect. Okay, no, never mind. Okay, so it's not an equipment deck, which is probably good for me, though Shackles is already very good against the equipment. Just because the protection does nothing. And yeah. So this version might be better, though Flare... Like, I could hold up counter spells, but... I don't know. It's very difficult to actually hold up counter spells against red deck. Needle is bad, right? Like, what am I even naming? Beaumont Courier? This is where I would really love to have more flash freezes. Because it's actually really good here. Definitely should be a 4 of. So how many creatures do they even play? Is Sharks even worth it? It might not be. Is Haughtygen? I don't know. Ether Spouts might just be bad. Ringing Strike. I guess I'll do this. Am I changing anything on the draw? Probably not. Like, yeah, some of my cards are bad on the draw, but nothing is good on the draw. Okay, I mean, this would be a decent hand on the draw. Maybe. I guess, like, Ringing Strike is an on-the-draw kind of card. So this has turn 2 Ringing Strike. Well, probably not. But, I don't know, like, if they just play a... Well, like, they have to have, like, Beaumont Courier, right? So I just Ringing Strike that. Or that, okay. Then I probably just Haughtygen, to be honest, because it discounts Whir. And Soul Talisman doesn't do anything right now. Okay, it's a 2/2 haste. If I play Jin, it just dies to a shock. And I can't really win without the Jin. Because I'd have to go, like... I don't know, like if I word for Soul Talisman, even the turn after I wouldn't be able to word for Shackles and then play it. So it's a long time until I can Shackles regardless. Unless Jin survives. Okay, Flame Javelin. Interesting that they're playing that when they also have Brimstone Volley. So, what can I even get? Soul Talisman? I guess I do. Because, like, Scroll is too slow. Shackles takes too long to get. Well, I'm gonna get that anyway, is the main thing. So yeah, that's kind of the only option here. But, I don't know. I can't kill a 2-drop for a while, so... I think the main reason to play Silex is actually just because it lets me shackles next turn, which gets rid of their current creature and the next one they play. It does mean it's going to be a while before I can Silex on 2. I am quite dead to Flare of Duplication plus anything. But if they have nothing to flare, then I guess they can't even stop me from shackling. Whale? Yeah, it's just Word for shackles. 8 mana. I'm just dead to Sulfuric Vortex. So I don't gain control of the aura, do I? That's not great for me. I'm just ignoring it, right? I steal a scoundrel, block the other scoundrel, and then I do something with Filden. But I don't own the aura, do I? Or I don't control it. So I'm gonna take 2 life just from these. So that can still be flared. I guess that's not great. Or what does that do? I just want like Waterbending Circle. I mean, I just go Silex here. Maybe right now. So they can't Flare of Duplication with it. I am just dead to Flare plus a 4 damage burn spell. So I could whir for anything. I could even whir for a scroll and then activate it. No, I can't. I have to Shackles. And if I Shackles, I'm just playing Whale or Clue Token. Though I might actually Whale instead of Shackles. Because Shackling the Feldon, I just have to give it back. I can't actually kill the Feldon with the Shackles. So, no burn spells, please. Okay, they don't have Flare plus a burn spell. Shane. Flare. Well, they have 0 cards in hand at least. So if I find a counterspell, I am maybe winning. Forbid actually kind of wins. Though they could just draw into multiple burn spells and I can't forbid both. just pass? No. Do I play Shackles? Do I ever just play Whale? I feel like no. So maybe I do just Shackles. Yeah, because I can use Shackles and... No, I can't do that because I have to tap Shackles. Maybe I shouldn't have done that because I might want to use Shackles. They put Fell down the bottom. There's no way they put it on top while they have Shackles in play. So I just have to hope that they did not draw a burn spell. Forbid, where are you? Well, I'm still dead to burn. I do have a whale coming in, and if they play a creature, I take it, but they never play a creature here. It would just not make sense. Actually, Flare could play around a counterspell? I don't know. Whether they had a creature or not. Okay, can I get something... Yeah, they drew the volley. I just don't have very many counterspells, so it's so hard to win from that position. I just have hardly any counters to actually beat burn. And I was drawing a lot of nothing. Alright, it is round 4, I'm 2-1. I do not know what my opponent is on. This hand is just... I mean, it's very good into aggro, less good into a non-creature deck. If they're playing any kinds of creatures, though, it's okay. And I mean, I guess they could be playing like a mono black control or something. I guess it's also pretty bad into Nadu, since they don't really attack. I'm not really sure what they're playing. I guess mono red might be the most likely with the equipment. It is mono red, possibly not the equipment version. So I want to go Haughtygen before Whir and then probably find... Yeah, that's annoying. I can't do any of my turn 1 and 2 plays on turns 1 and 2. Oh, this is really awkward. I want to Ringing Strike this, but I can't do anything else with that unless they play a haste, which I'm not expecting. If I Haughtygen, they play an equipment. Though I guess they can't play Leyline Axe, so it's fine. Though if they play the pro monocolored, I can't actually answer the thing. No, I can, if they only have 4 power on it. Shackles would answer it at least. I mean, I could just hold up Whale. That seems better, actually. Now that I have Shackles, I actually want to just get Soul Talisman, so... doing nothing seems acceptable here. If I have to use Whale, it's like really bad, though, because I could miss a land drop, and I really need a land drop. Or at least a Soul Talisman. So, do they play any equipment? They play Sword of Light and Shadow. That actually does nothing right now. The protection never does anything, the life gain doesn't really matter. Currently, they have no creatures in the yard, and they won't anytime soon. So it's just making it a 4/4. Which, I mean, it's not the best for me, but I could maybe just Ringing Strike. I could also maybe Forbid. The problem is, if I Ringing Strike, I'm going down to 12. But I guess it's probably worth it. Or is it just Whale? But like, then I can't Whir. Actually, Whale, and then I just counter any kind of play. Could be good. So I don't really need a land. They put it on the bottom. I did not find a land. I can just haughty them though because they don't have anything. And if they fervent, I can actually just block it. So I guess haughty is a little awkward here, but... Because I can't play multiple spells in a turn, really. Okay, that is game over. Yeah, I mean, if I've had a land... Then what about... What would I even do with the land, though? I guess probably, like... play Soul Talisman and Shackles, and just pass. And then I just find a land to remove the Fervent Champion here. I don't know. I'm just completely dead here, though. I guess I, like, just drew the Fervent. Or I guess I had 3 draws to find it. It just wasn't in their opener, or in their first turn. So I play Silex, I play Bulwark. I could play Needle, but it doesn't work against the 2-mana thing. So it's not worth it. Again, wishing I had more than 2 Flash Freeze. Either Spouts is not that good. Haughty is not very good. It's an okay blocker, it doesn't actually kill things, is the problem sometimes. I could play 0 Ether Spouts, that might be better. Do this. Maybe side out a Forbid for a dig on the draw. I'm probably making top 4. Well, I don't actually know. I could make top 4 if I lose. Because I won the first 2. There are only 8 players left. So I'm not sure. This is a very good hand. Especially on the play. 3 different 2-mana interaction. And then Shackles to get to the mid and late game. Shackles is very good in this matchup, it just isn't fast enough, so you need something else to bridge the gap. To bridge the early game. It is a little awkward, I don't really know if I can Bulwark. Well, I guess I probably just never play it. Because I have either Flash Freeze or the Whale. Actually, I could Bulwark now, because what am I even countering here? I guess the 2-drop. And I guess they could just play a Fervent still, but they probably would have played that on 1, I'm not sure. Okay, I do just want to counter that. And then I probably just get the Shackles down while I can. Repeal is okay. It really depends what they do. Could be good against a Sulfuric Vortex. Oh my. That does get shackled, right? Yeah. Get a land. Probably doesn't matter. Why are they playing this? I have no idea. Steal this, hold up Whale. I don't think they can ever stop me from shackling this at instant speed. Hazoret. I have to just... So I just Whale this, right? Because I don't want the Fervent to die. Because they can kill the Fervent if they want. Or they think they can, maybe. Because, like, if they kill Fervent, and I find a land, I can't even use the Hazoret. But I guess they are fine with me having the Fervent because they can just equip the equipment to their Hazoret. Actually, I do this. And then they can't actually equip the Dragon Fireblade. The land is quite helpful. Wait, hold on. What am I doing? What am I doing? Yeah, that is not an ability of the creature, so that was not the greatest of plays. And they can actually use the lands kind of with the Hazoret ability. I mean, if they untap Hazoret, I don't know. They probably just untap Hazoret, right? And then just attack. So I can just whale that. I can't do anything about that. Because if I replay, just replay it. I do not want them to have Hazoret back. They shuffle. Okay, so they did not keep the Hazoret. Where are my lands? I've found like no lands somehow. So I just do this, I guess. No, I was not. I was up 6ing. Or holding down 1. I can kill the encampment, or I can chump block. I definitely chump block. And they expect that. Actually, I can trade. That's really good. And they also can't replay it. Though I guess that is irrelevant. With all their lands now. But now they can't get through on the ground. Or with creatures. I just do this and play the Bulwark. No reason to shackles because I can already shackle all the creatures I want. So it's better to get the card draw. The deck thinning could be a little relevant here. They still drew a land though. They can't attack here. If they equip, they do give me things. But I guess the land thing helps them. They could unequip one of the equipment on their turn. If they activated the land and then equip the Sword of the Animist to it. I just play the whale. And I do attack here. Sure, they get lands. But they're kind of close to dead. Especially with the whale. And I have infinite blockers on the ground. So what is the most burn they could have? I mean, it's really just like 4 damage on some random flame javelin. Or maybe it's only 3 actually. Probably only 3. Like they could fervent and equip, I guess like a different haste creature, but nothing is. I guess they had a flying haste they could equip to it and then just kill me, or come very close. I don't think there's any one card that wins for them. Unless they have like an X-Spell. Okay, that's a start. That is the best possible card for them to have, I guess. Well, I guess like Smash to Smithereens was probably better. They actually have no evasion though on any of their creatures, so I can just jump block with their creature. They have nothing they can do here. They could equip to the Shield Breaker. I can't trade with the whale ever. Okay, Ringing Strike. I don't surveil, but that's not relevant. The mana is pretty much irrelevant, but it's not nothing. So what could they possibly draw here? That does not even come close to doing it. So they're just dead. Because they can never have a creature on their turn now. So the whale is always lethal. Okay, so I'm on the draw now. I get rid of Forbid maybe. They have less burn than the other deck. The Flare of Duplication one. And they actually have Embereth Shieldbreaker. Probably no more than like a 2 of though. Maybe even a 1 of. So I was thinking about Dig. I mean, I guess it's just Dig. That could just be Forbid. But yeah, I guess they don't really have enough burn for that, it seems. And they might have sided Burn out because that doesn't kill creatures. And they need early damage the most. This is a very good hand. If this was on the play, I think I would just immediately win. And the draw I could definitely lose to a fast start. Or even a regular start, to be honest. Well, no Leyline Axe, at least. Oh, I'm actually just dead to the sword thing. And I guess that would be true if I was on the play as well, so I don't know. Well, they don't have it at least. The Dragonfire Blade. Well, they could still have it, they just wouldn't play it there. Because it would be inefficient. So, what is my turn 3? It's just Hold Up, Forbid, and Whir. This is a little worrisome. Do I hit the Fervent? No, there's really no reason. I would love a play. They have no play, wow. What does that mean? They drew Leyline Axe? I don't know. I have 0 plays, that's really bad here. I really wish I could have had a turn 3. But I guess I don't really have that many. It's like, what, Haughtygen? Because like Shackles does nothing. The turn it comes down, I mean. So I just have to Whir here. I really want a land. Though I guess a land might not even be the best draw here. But I want Scroll to eventually be live, so I can forbid lock after I deal with the Fervents. I might just be playing the Whale. That's so bad. That is actually so bad. I'm just drawing 0 lands, and I draw all of the things that require lands. So I can Whale or I can Sharks. I have enough mana for both. Whale can never die, can it? To our removal. And it's just better, right? Like, it's that versus potentially having Forbid. But they're just going to attack first, and I'm going to activate Sharks regardless. So it's better to play the Whale. And yeah, maybe I'm just dead because they have Sulfuric. But they would have already played that, right? Like, they played nothing last turn. Okay, yeah, they just have a burn. That's pretty... Okay, I'm dead. I'm just dead. I was dead regardless, though. There's really nothing I could have done there. Because if I play Sharks and just play Forbid, then I'm at 2, and they still have 2 creatures. So there's no way I win from there. Is it not lethal? Wow. Okay. This is why I need lands. I guess I'm not dead, though? Okay, yeah, I just drew so poorly. There's no way to win with that draw. Like, I just drew nothing. If I had, like, they had a terrible start, and just terrible hand plus whatever. So I could have easily won if I just had any kind of decent draw. It didn't even have to be good, it just had to be functional. Like, I just needed some lands, and I automatically win. But I just drew horribly. Like, even one land, and I can just play the turtle. But now I'm just dead. It's too late for that. Like, I'm just dead at any burn spell. I guess if they don't have a burn spell, I probably win. I mean, I guess they didn't before, so they probably still don't. And I guess a haste creature is not lethal. I guess they don't have it. They actually don't. Okay. But they currently have... No, they don't have lethal. They can do 1. Repeal is good. I guess I'm not dead, but there's no way I win here. They just eventually draw burn, and there's no way I can hold up mana. Interesting timing. Probably should have done that. No, they weren't attacking anyway. Or were they? There's no reason to put me to 1, right? Like, how do I possibly win here? They just draw nothing for a long time. I mean, they've hit a bunch of land drops, I guess. That's actually completely irrelevant. So I guess they have literally nothing right now, that's good. They actually attack here, I think. Because it is lethal if I have nothing. And I go... Repeal the Grim Initiate. And then I just block, kill all of their creatures, and maybe I'm in this game. Huh. I actually won somehow with that terrible draw. They probably should have mulled. I'm not sure what they kept, though. I don't think they kept any equipment in their starting hand, is the problem. Why did they play the land? What? Before they saw if I had a counter? So... yeah, they're dead. They're just dead. I just counter whatever they play, and they know about the forbid. Wow, I was not expecting to win that. Okay, I'm now 3-1. I'm in the top 4. Alright, top 4 against Lumbertwin. This hand is okay. It has Forbid while I'm on the play. If I was on the draw, I might mulligan, though I don't really have any turn 2 answers on the draw anyway. Okay, so if I just played Dork or whatever, I played a Deuce and then counter whatever relevant thing they have, or just Whir and then activate the Clue token. And if they don't do anything relevant that I have to forbid, then I probably just win by going Soul Talisman. They don't plot, probably because they have a Bop. Or a Lumberjack. I'm surprised they don't plot if they have nothing. I guess because they don't expect the combo to work. So they think they need to attack with it. I'm a little surprised they have this. It might be a one-of for Nature's Rhythm, because they're not playing the Teamer deck. I don't know what that is, and I don't really want to answer it. It is a 4-power creature. Oh, that is quite good for them. I mean, no, why are they playing that? Instead of, like, Mere Superion. Mere Superion is way better, I think. Because Mere Superion is just way bigger, doesn't have that condition, and you can still cast it from hand just by having Dorks. Even that would cast it with a Bop. I guess I have 0 way to answer the board, so that's a bit concerning right now. Though, if I draw Shackles, they have no way to do anything. Like, Shackles just kind of ends the game. Though I guess I wouldn't be able to counter anything. But I am just playing Thassa's for the max. Kiki Jiki. I cannot let that live. I guess I have to cantrip with Thassa's, which is not ideal. So I might just be dead. Am I dead? I don't have enough mana. Like, if I were, I don't have the mana to go Shackles. So I can get nothing. So if I had Coastal Bulwark, I would be able to block the Trailblazer, and that would be good. That's a sideboard card, though. So I guess my only option is scroll, hope I get a removal spell. Yeah, I just had 0 removal, I don't know. Could I have played that differently? I think I had to Whir for Soul Talisman. There's really no other option. Oh, there's Whale. So, Silex? Yeah, so I'm probably not playing that because I'm playing these. But, Curse Totem. Maybe a Needle. Flash Freeze, Ring Strike is good. I kind of like Sharks here. Audigen is maybe worse because they have 4-power creatures. I like Thassa's. So Maybe this is bad. What do I not want? Dig, maybe? Is it ever deduce? I feel like it's not, but maybe it is. Actually, it could just be scroll. I don't hate that. Though I am already siding out card advantage. Well, I guess it's just like one dig. So... okay, this hand is good. Has deduces. Does not... well, it does have interaction, because it can interact with a dork. So that's fine. Though it is a little awkward how I would want to do that on turn 2. And I kinda can't. That's probably fine on turn 3. They actually don't play a dork. Perhaps because they don't have the right land? That's kind of unlikely. They probably just have Fanatic. Or they just have all root-bound Crags. I mean, they could definitely have a forest. Like a basic forest. Oh, what do I do here? That was unfortunate. Ring Strike could definitely hurt them, but I need to go look for a land. Okay. I mean, I was maybe just dead if I didn't find that. I'm not really sure. Do they have the forest? Maybe not. Maybe they have Fanatic, and I misplayed. Now, it is obviously correct to play the Ring Strike there. Well, they do have Fanatic. They can't actually really do much with it, though. Not an island. Ideally, they do nothing here, and I just whir for Soul Talisman and can draw with the clues. Start drawing with those, which should pretty easily find me the land drops. Maybe not. So, they're not even going to play a card here, really? That's really bad for them. That's like completely losing for them. If they're giving me a full turn of setup. Okay, they don't do nothing. But they didn't do anything to try to like combo or anything. And they didn't put pressure on the board. Yeah, I play this. Alright, I do counter this, I think. I can't really do anything with the combo. They could just play a threat. That's fine. I can shackles. Hyrax. Okay. Okay, so I can just hold up Forbid. The Exert is annoying. It's fine though, I just counter what they do. No, maybe I just shackles. I'll wait regardless. can't die here. Or could I? Hyrax is lethal, I think. No, because they don't have... They can't attack now. Interesting. I don't really want to give it back. Because then they have a lot of power. I think I can do this. Because I only need Whale plus Forbid. I might repeal. Really exert. Yes. It's a good trade for me. Because now how do they combo? So what, they untap their creatures? That seemed kind of useless. Because now they're just gonna retap them. I play a counterspell and now they're still tapped. The run. Interesting. I have Whale. Or I can chump block with like a Fanatic. Well, not really. No, never. I could have repealed in response. It's just Kiki, which I don't care about. Because it could be Disenchant. I played a Deuce because I don't want to repeal here. I don't care that much. I can already stop the combo with Shackles or repeal. So I don't need a counterspell. I do play that. So I can just block the run and they don't really have anything. Because if they try to do some combo thing, I steal it. If they try to do a fair play, I steal it. Looks like Terastodon could be a problem. That's fine. Steal that, force them to... I guess don't force anything. That is a very good draw. Wait, that is trample? I did not see that. But it's fine, they can't attack with both because they just lose Bristlebud. And one hit doesn't really matter. It's fine. It was their last card, but I don't care. It's not really their last card if they attack. But also I have repeal. Curse Totem is great, so the game is just over. Curse Totem doesn't even matter here. They can trade, but then they lose Thrun and they're just dead. So yeah, the game is just over. I have infinite forbids. I'm gonna be on the draw in game 3. I guess I can counter that because they can't Nature's Rhythm for anything relevant. I should have discarded the... it doesn't matter. But they could kill a Curse Totem. Do I have like 7? Well, I have 8 in the deck with Whir plus the totems themselves. And maybe you shouldn't be playing lands. They can't even activate that. Okay, that does stall for a little bit with the Eternalize. I mean, I could trade. So I'm just waiting for them to concede. I do have a couple more whales as win cons, but I did side out Haughtygen and the sharks. So I have very few actual win cons, other than the shackles. And I sided out a whale too. So my only win cons... okay, I still have 2 whales. Oh, and I can play another shackles, right? Okay. So I need to have a interaction by turn 2, which is Freeing Strike, or Flash Freeze, or Curse Totem. Ideally Curse Totem. Their fair plans seemed really bad. Unless I can't answer like 2 4-power creatures, it doesn't really matter. maybe I mean, it's just like whale. I don't know. I'll just do this. And just have the curse stone one too. Not keepable. That is good. No need for a third counterspell, and these are hard counterspells. I don't think they miss anything. They don't have colorless cards. Fanatic. So they probably play a combo piece. I'll counter Outcaster. They probably play around Flash Freeze by like plotting the thing. Oh, I guess I don't counter that. That is something I don't counter. I can't counter, I mean. Not that I really care anyway. So it stops the 4 mana. Even though they already have something to combo with Kiki. I think they can't. There's really no way for them to win, right? Like, technically they could. I'm pretty sure it's very unlikely to win. They just concede to the Shackles, wow. After that second match, they just concede that quickly. It is a very good matchup for me, though. Alright, it is the finals. Will I have another 4-2 with mono blue control? Probably. Definitely not a good matchup, red deck. This hand is not good. 3 counterspells is so bad. On the draw especially. This is a great card on the draw, but it's just, the rest of the hand is so bad. And the Ringing Strike is a one-of. It's Gruul and not Dig, right? Because I don't want to commit the 2 mana early. And Dig is better at filtering, which I care more about than just raw card advantage. No turn 1. I guess Fervent is their only play. Because Beaumont doesn't work with Flare. I feel like they should still play it. Okay, I will this. Wait, did they even play Fervent? I thought they did. They don't really play equipment, though. They did, I don't know. They play Zergo, I know. I could repeal one of these. Repeal is good in general, though. Against their creatures, I think. I need to see where they put this. The bottom. Okay, so I have repeal, or I have deduce. Do they ever just play a vortex? Probably not. Though it would be very good against me right now. Because I would be forced to repeal eventually, but it would do a lot of damage at first, and I still can't counter it. And I don't have any pressure. I can't really answer this. I have repeal, but they just replay it immediately. I could repeal it right now. It's not very good though. Stops 1 damage and forces them to use the mana again, which they might not even use anyway. Or they might just have a burn spell. Could repeal that instead. That's better. I could repeal the token. I actually should have done that and played deduce. That was a misplay. I am going to Ringing Strike just for the tempo. No. I need the card draw. I need to find something. So I can't just Ringing Strike. Probably just dead. They probably activate that? No. I am dead on board. Or, not on board, what am I saying? I'm dead to a Flare plus Brimstone, which they do not have. That is really bad. That is unfortunate. Okay, yeah, Sharks has looked really bad. Just the fact that it doesn't kill things against aggro. When I could have like a Tempest and actually kill things. I'm at 6. I might be dead right now. No, I can't be dead. But I'm definitely going to die. Do they activate that? They kind of want the 2-1. So if they do that, I can Ring Strike and then have a counterspell, maybe? I really need a land. What is that? That's pretty bad. The Tailspin is not terrible. I just needed islands, so the Waterbending Scroll would work. So I do this. And then... what do I even do? How do I do anything? I'm forced to take 2. I'm actually just dead if they untap it. They don't. I have to activate sharks, right? Or I die. Sure, I'll black that one. Why is it doing this? So I could make mana, and then maybe get a Shackles. Off what? Just drawing it. I have to activate this. Not out of any kind of burn. Other than maybe a haste creature, but even a haste creature would do it. Unless I... like, what can I even draw here? Nothing. I'm dead. Okay. Ether Spouts would have been okay there, not that I even had enough lands to play it. Sure. I'll probably keep the same thing on the draw. No, wait, I need Bulwark. What am I doing? Sure. Dig has not looked great. It's too slow against aggro. Because it's just... like, Whale doesn't feel a graveyard. Waterbending Scroll doesn't. Nothing puts multiple cards in the graveyard. This is a very good hand. Wow. I guess the only problem is it misses land drops, potentially. But like Soul Talisman in hand. Only early plays, very good against aggro. Has the flash freeze. I could definitely lose anyway, though. I could Rain Strike, that would be bad, though. I counter that and then play Ringing Strike. And then just don't play a creature. Now they have nothing. So yeah, very good hand. So all I need is some engine, and I just take over. I guess Sulfuric Vortex maybe does it. No follow-up? I guess they probably just have some burn, maybe? That doesn't really do anything to have burn. Just drawing with this could be good. This guy Scattered Thoughts. I guess it's Memory Deluge without the other half. No, I counter that. I guess I draw first? No. No. What am I doing? Sure. I mean, they might just have more, but that's fine because I have so many artifacts that they're always going to have targets. So I actually just take over the game with Whale. Like, even a Sulfuric Vortex just doesn't matter. And they still have nothing, it's just burn or something. So I'm pretty sure this game is over. Flare? No, just a Brain Swell. Which is just so ineffective when they've done like no damage with creatures. I think they hit once to put me to 18. Or no, it was... oh yeah, because they hit with this thing. Wait, they put that on top? Very good draw. Not that it matters. I'll use this, I guess. Why not slow them down? And they already have one, so they can never attack with both, which they would have been able to do before, if they had a land. That's fine. As I said before, they're never going to get there with burn because they didn't have enough damage with creatures. And I don't have Price of Progress to save them. What does Whir get? It's just another scroll. And now they get no more damage on the ground, even with Force of Rage. I guess technically they could have lethal here with a burn spell plus flare. Ooh. Okay, so yeah, actually they came pretty close to getting there with 18 burn damage. They needed flare though for the brimstone. I guess I have nothing to deal with a burn spell right now. And there's no way for me to get the extra damage, so I guess I am dead to a burn. Because I drew horribly. Actually, this is interesting. Repeal the Waterbending scroll so I can replay it and draw again. And it got me the Forbid. Not that I needed the scroll for that. In fact, I'm not even going to play anything there. Wait, what? No, it's fine. I still have a Shackles. I guess they could already have a Incinerate and draw another one. But no. Concede. Okay, so I need to win on the draw in one of my worst matchups. I guess I'm saying the same. So I basically need them to have a lackluster draw while my draw is at least okay. It kind of seems like they don't play Vortex, or at least not very many. Or maybe it's like 2 in the sideboard, 0 main. It would be weird to play in the main of the Brim, or the Flare version. Soul Talisman is great, hitting land drops is good. I can't keep that though. Oh, I have to keep, maybe that wasn't the keep, I don't know. That's, I lose, I think. I needed interaction in the earlier turns, or I just lose. So that just means I lose. Unless I top deck really well, like Ringing Strike right now. Shackles is not really interaction, so I need to draw a Whale, and maybe I'm fine. Or Flash, maybe not even Flash Freeze. But like Whale into Shackles could do it. I'm taking 4 here. Like, I'm just dead by the time I can activate Shackles. So I have to draw something, or I lose immediately. I can't Coastal Bulwark next turn. But if I drew it, that would be amazing earlier. Now it's a bit late and they probably have burn anyway. I mean, they do have the same headliner. So it would be removal. So how do I ever deal with this board? I'm just dead. I needed to already have the Ratchet Bomb. Yeah, I mean, I could have mulled a 5. Maybe I should have. I probably should have. But what mold a 5 is going to win against a pile of small creatures? Probably nothing. So yeah, it's a very bad matchup. Alright, so I got second place, 4 and 2. Still have not won a tournament this season. Not that I played that many. I've got a lot of seconds, though. But I lost to the worst matchup twice, red deck, and I did beat it once. Yeah, there's just too many red deck in tournaments, I think, for this deck to be good, because it's just so bad against aggro, and Waterbending Scroll doesn't help with that at all. And like, what you really need is Ringing Strike Mastery on the draw, but it's just so bad in general against any deck that isn't aggro, and even against aggro, it can sometimes just be terrible if you don't play it like on turn 1 or 2. And on turn 2 you play it instead of some other 2-drops, so it's not even good then. So yeah, I guess I need more creatures in the main deck, or sideboard. Like, Coastal Bulwark is actually really good against aggro, just as a 2-mana 3/3. And I could play more like Tempest Djinn instead of Haughty Djinn. Because Haughty Djinn just doesn't have power on turn 3. Or even 4 sometimes, because you just don't put your cards in the graveyard. Like Whale. So, I don't know. Definitely some changes should be made, especially like Flash Freeze. But yeah, it does seem like it's actually a pretty good deck. It's just that I faced the bad matchup so often just because it's so overrepresented in tournaments. Like, I can check the tournament meta. So, Red Deck Wins is 15% of the tournament meta, which is by far the most popular, and it's especially recently. Like, early in the season it was Nadu by a lot. So that means that recently it's been more than 15% of the meta. It's probably like 20% or so, maybe even more. Because there are like several people every tournament who play the deck. So, Mono Blue Control, definitely not a good choice for tournaments right now. Though it could actually be a very real deck for leagues or if the tournaments shift and stop being so mono red. I don't know, it looks very promising. Just the scroll late game is just so good.